Hello guys, this is Pap from Pap back at it again, and here we are with the first deck with the cards from the newest box. And as I told you in the box opening video, this is Gravekeepers. I had to begin with these guys because I honestly am so excited. I really think these can actually become meta, from anti-meta to meta. This deck is so consistent, it's so good. And the key card is not only the commanded but the normal card, the counter trap. It is so good and it is searchable with the fusion, so it's really insane. This deck is insane. I also found, as you can see, as you will see in a moment, the right skill, not a generic one, that synergizes well with this deck. So I hope you enjoyed, and of course guys, if you enjoyed the content, please leave a like and subscribe to support the channel. I really appreciate it, and that guys, you can't even imagine how much I appreciate that. So before jumping right in, actually no, we can jump right into the deck list. So I am here with Luna, and you know why? Because of this field exchange. Now, why do I play field exchange? Because we have basically nine ways to have a field spell in our hand. We have the tree Necro Volley, we have the tree Commandant, and then we have the tree Throne that can let us add the Commandant. So they are like other tree Necro Volley. So it could happen that sometimes if you have a Necro Volley in the field, you can have another Necro Volley, and maybe you do not want that. So what can you do? You can use field exchange, return one field spell card or two cards, but one of them has to be a field spell card, and draw the same number of cards. So this just works like switcheroo back in the day, but with field spell card basically. And how can we help trigger this? By playing Cosmic Silent. That is of course not only good because we got rid of one back row our opponent controls, and it's so good nowadays, and also we get the skill, so we can draw into some cards that we need. I don't know, maybe the Imperial Tombs of Necro Volley. So this card is really good guys, because you can negate not only a spell or a trap cards but also a monster effect, but you need to control both a Necro Volley and a Gravekeeper monster. Keep in mind that the Gravekeeper monster can also be, it does not have to be the fusion, it can be one of these guys, so we're fine. And as you can see, the deck is pretty straightforward. We've got the triple Commandant, triple Spiritualist, of course, and then a couple of Headmen, just to basically, after you already summoned a Supernaturalist, the Headman just count as a one-card fusion, because you can go with Headman, special summon your Spiritualist from the grave, and boom, you can use the effect of Spiritualist to go into another Supernaturalist. Now, I do play the Quintet Magician just in case he could happen to summon a big boy that cannot be destroyed by card effects, but I know I cannot use the effect of destroy all cards my opponent controls because we only play 3 different spellcasters, but that's fine. And then guys, of course, triple Throne, because he just counts as a monster. So basically in this deck we're playing like 11 monsters, 9 Necro Volley, so that's really good. The consistency is just insane, while for the extra deck you can play of course the Nightmare, but you're never gonna go into that just because the Commandant is Earth type. Then we have the Malevolent Scene and Dummy Direwolf, but really you're not gonna exist that much. The deck is really good, and I honestly think that this can be meta, just because having access to Necro Volley, I mean, just the first turn Necro Volley is fair enough, even if you have no monsters. Necro Volley can be something, it can be a card that alone can actually avoid you being OTK'd, because this card stops your opponent's combo. So just see the replays, you can see the power of this deck, how consistent it is against meta decks. Really, I'm gonna definitely try other builds after this, but I think this is the most consistent, the most straightforward and easy to use. So there you go my boys, we can jump right into the replays. Here we go my boys, interrupting a 3-win streak. Let's see what we've got. It's him to begin, and he's like, he has Magnets. That is actually a tier deck, but You know, I was about to say that Negro Valley can shut. Actually, they have a bad matchup, but honestly, which deck has no bad matchup against Negro Valley? Maybe only Pendulum, because all the other decks just have really a bad matchup against Negro Valley. So they begin with a beta and a set card. I had my Cosmic Cyclone to get rid of the Super Body Team Force Unite that he can activate because he's got the Gamma in his hand, and he also can summon the Delta. But man, that's not enough. I mean, he can't do anything. Commandant, as you can see right there, use the effect to send to summon another Delta, but really, it doesn't matter. Necro Volley, then we have the Beta's effect once again to summon the third Delta, really, but you can only use the effect once per turn, so that's enough. That's fine, I mean. So, Spiritualist to summon, then I used the Necrovali Throne effect to have an additional normal summon, just because I wanted to have, like, 2 monsters to get. I didn't want him to go into an XC summon, and I honestly didn't need any to search from the deck, so that's why I went from the normal summon, the additional normal summon, then Spiritualist to fuse the Headman into Supernaturalist using the effect. Guys, keep in mind to use the effect in main phase, of course, and then in the end phase you get to have the card to your hand, and to your hand, and the card I chose, of course, was the Imperial Tombs. So just in case, he went with the Alpha, but then as soon as he realized that he can't do anything, he just cooped. You can't do anything. So the only thing that can stop this deck at this point is just Cosmic Cyclone. This is the way Konami makes MST kinda useless and Cosmic Cyclone good again. There you go. Here we go, my boys. Second, actually this is the tier 1 deck. Phantom Knights, right? We've got the Necro Volley and a couple of set cards. As you can see right here, we didn't draw a single monster, so this could happen, but it's really hard because, of course, we have 11 monsters, so more than a 50% for each draw. So keep in mind that, but he can't use this card, he cannot banish this card from his graveyard because of Necro Volley. Then in the end phase, Cosmic Cyclone on the set card, and he was actually Floodgate, so good pick. Then we've got the Field Exchange because we draw another Cosmic Cyclone, that was not good. So we've got the Necro Volley Throne, as you can see right here, to go into a Spiritualist. At this point we can summon a Spiritualist, but he's got another Floodgate, but we've got the Imperial Tombs. Negate that, and at this point there's nothing you could do because we've got Spiritualist effect to summon the Supernaturalist, get the ad in our end phase, and then we can just start attacking. But keep in mind that with the Supernaturalist, Necro Valley can't be destroyed by card effects as the big guy, of course, so he's got double set, but really we don't care. Again, the fact he realized that, and that's how you do it. That's how quick duels go with Gravekeepers. There you go. Third duel, third win in a row, of course. It's us to begin, and we have a pretty sick hand, so Throne to search the Necro Valley, basically, because we've got Commandant, and then Commandant discarded to go with Necro Valley, then of course Spiritualist. I couldn't use the second Throne, unfortunately, because you can only use one per turn. Then Supernaturalist, that in the end phase, of course, will let me have the Imperial Tombs, just because we already have a Throne that can be any monster we want. So he's got the Charge of Light Brigade, but guys, another deck that can't do nothing against Necro Valley. He's got the effect of Lumina, and the worst thing about Necro Valley is that he allows you to activate the effect, and he activates and he negates it only then. So he thought he could do something, but then he just used the effect and then gets negated. So satisfying, my boys. There you go. Last duel, actually interrupting a 3-win streak. I was on a 3-win streak as well, and this was my rank up duel to Platinum rank 7. It's him to begin, and he's got Blue Eyes. And actually, Blue Eyes can be the worst matchup for Gravekeepers, and you know why? Because they have access, an easy access, to Dragon Speed of White that can banish Necro Valley. So actually the Supernaturalist cannot protect the Necro Valley from the effect of Dragon Spirit of White. Keep in mind that. So he's got the Alternative White Dragon, then the Sage with the Eyes of Blue to go to search for the stone and go into a Synchro first turn. But then he's got nothing. I mean, we already have the Cosmic Cyclone anyway, so even if he had like a back row we would have been chilling, but that's fine. We've got a commandant to look for Necrovali, then Necrovali going into Spiritualist, and then boom, Supernaturalist is here and is top tier. So we've got the Thrones, have the man just to have a follow-up play for the following turn, and then boom, we can just attack. So the insane thing is that this guy, it's so huge with Necrovali, like more than 3k, it's enough to take out any monsters, any boss of any deck. That's the thing. So he's got the Sage, and then look at that, he's got the combo because he's got the Stone, then the Sage from his hand to go with a Spirit of White. That's unfortunate because now he can get rid of the Necrovali, then White Stone Vengeance in the end phase that allows him to have a Blue Eyes White Dragon. We already know he has another Blue Eyes because he showed up this with to summon the alternative. So we are in a not in a bad spot because we have a lot of chances to draw another Necrovali. We can draw another Throne, we can draw a Commandant or the Necrovali itself. So we have really high chances. So we have Cosmic Silence to get rid of the back row, and then at this point, boom, high chances, always Necrovali in our hand. And at this point we can just use Headman, as I told you guys. After the first Supernaturalist, Headman is just a 1-card fusion summon. So there you go, re-summoning the spirits from the graveyard using the effect. Boom, another Supernaturalist. The effect is already activated and we can just get rid of everything at this point, and there's nothing you could do. 2 big boys and a negation right there. So he cannot even use the effect of the stone to recycle his Blue Eyes, and even if he had another Blue Eyes, I could just negate the poly. I can negate the poly because of course the Blue Eyes Twin Burst Dragon could have just negated, banished these guys, so keep in mind that. But it's got nothing, we've got everything we needed right there. As you can see, Spiritualist just to summon another one, so that's how you do it, my boys. There you go. So guys, that was all for today's videos. This deck can really do a lot of stuff. I do think these can actually enter the tier list. Honestly, really, from anti-meta to meta, this can be really it. I'm so happy, guys. This is Gravekeepers. Of course, guys, if you have some questions, feel free to ask me whatever you want in the comment section down below. Thanks a lot for watching, and as always, see you in the next one.